Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. So today we're going to look at Michael Jordan's swing. I've been asked by a lot of people to take a peek at it, give my opinion of it ever since The Last Dance premiered on ESPN. Great show, by the way, great series. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But so there was an episode in the series that basically goes back to Michael Jordan's career when he left basketball, was signed by the White Sox, went to Double A, and we're going to look at his swing. Now, I made a video about, I don't know, a week or two ago about his baseball career and how I was actually impressed with how well he hit at the Double A level, not playing baseball for almost 15 years and then going back and getting stuck in Double A and actually hitting over 200 is amazing in my opinion. So let's look at his swing. Now, the big thing I want to start off with is his coaches had said, and Terry Francona talks about it, how he continued to get better and better and better and better, and his swing got better and better and better, and that, clearly makes sense. You haven't picked up a bat in so many years. You're going to get better with his work ethic. And so the swings that we're looking at right here, I think these were, now they showed this in the series kind of earlier, like right off the bat in it. So these might have been his, I'm assuming these are his swings when he first started playing. I could be wrong. Maybe they just took a bunch of random swings and just threw them together. Some are early, some are late. But I think the prevailing theme of his swings when I watch him is that they really are, we talk a lot about bat path. And for me, they really are kind of out in front and they are slightly down through the ball. And you'll notice that with a lot of his swings. He does this a lot with his swings where he really kind of buries his head forward. And so, let's look at this. They threw up like 3 different swings on here. And so you'll notice a lot of the contact that he makes is kind of arms both fully extended. This lead arm is still kind of down. And again, these are just, it's tough to tell where the pitches are, right? But I just know they throw up 3 different swings here. There's 2. We're going to come back again. And here's 3. Right? And so you can kind of see on all of them how he makes this move again where he kind of buries his head forward. So everything looks forward, out in front, extended, and down. At least in all the swings that they showed from kind of a side angle. And I think one of the, they actually mentioned this in an article that I read, that when he first came over to play, everything he did was very what he thought to be fundamental. Like he was in the outfield catching everything with 2 hands, even on the run, when that's, in the major leagues, it's not what you do. You're taught that a lot in Little League. You're taught 2 hands, 2 hands, 2 hands. Right? We talk to our players a lot about it. But when you get to the major, or when you get to higher levels, you can't catch everything with 2 hands. It's actually not good to catch with 2 hands. And so they had to tell him, like, Michael, I know you're trying to be fundamentally sound, but that's not the way. That's not the way we do it. And I think probably with his hitting, he probably started with a lot of that stuff too, where, when you're young, it's always keep your eye on the ball, and then there's a lot of the, swing down through it and all that stuff. And so it almost looks like he's trying to be so fundamentally sound, like keep his head straight down there, and he's burying his head and, all get extended and all these things. And I think he probably slowly learned as he kept going, maybe got some more coaching, but just had to, he had to work. He worked hard. He started to learn his swing, started to get more reps. He probably started to be able to kind of back everything up, right? So we talk a lot about how you've got to be able to control your weight and you've got to be able to try to get this back leg loaded, and you don't want to get everything forward too early, right? So I don't want to just kind of like, you hear it all the time, stay back, don't lunge, right? And it's more detailed than just stay back, don't lunge. We've talked about in a lot of our other videos, but essentially, right, I've got to keep this leg loaded, and I don't want to just lunge out here or drift forward or shift forward before I start to swing, because then my swing is going to work kind of down and out in front. My barrel won't get turned behind the ball early enough. I'll have a hard time kind of driving the ball to all fields. The more I get forward and the more I get down, the more my swing will kind of cut across. And so if you look at barrel path, when when the barrel starts to work, your bottom half starts to turn, you're going to see the barrel start to work this way. And so you're usually going to see palm up, right? You get palm up, palm down a little bit earlier. You can see how he really tried to kind of takes the knob forward, 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 still going forward. Like even right here, so his knob has gone from here to, I know it gets blurry here, and it's really this way, and then he keeps kind of going, and it never really gets turned up. Again, I know it's kind of blurry here, but you can, again, he's always kind of in this extended out to the ball position. And so, again, the knob's going to start to work down, but then it's got to be able to turn up so that the barrel can do the same thing. The barrel's going to follow the knob. It's going to go back and down, and then the barrel's going to start to turn up, and then you start getting in the hitting zone for a longer period of time. Right? Then you start swinging from the inside a little bit more. And so, again, you can let the barrel out away and drive it away. You can let it out middle. You can keep it in. But then you just become a more complete hitter. Anytime in my career, the years that I struggled, I always felt, looking back, like my path was just too much down and across. Right, here's another shot that they put in here. Just kind of always wanting to extend way out to hit the ball. There's kind of that dramatic, eyes on the ball, head on the ball. And I see a lot of young kids do this too, where they kind of drive their chin down and forward. And that obviously that will cause your body to want to get forward. It'll cause your bat to kind of want to get steep. This actually looked a lot like my 2008 year. I don't know what it looks like. He probably popped this ball up the other way, right? So he's like, stay on top of that ball, hit that ball hard, hit it on the ground, and then his bat was so steep and kind of cut across a little bit, and he went this way. Ball went up to second base. I did that a lot in 2008, and he goes, shoot. So those are the big things. So let me know what you guys think. Let me show a couple of these in normal speed real quick. Let's go back to this one. This is obviously the best out of all the clips they send. This is this is the best one from the side. Show one more time. Again, you can see that kind of out front. All the contact looks like it's made almost as far out front as you can possibly make it. I think the key is, when you talk about making contact out front, if you want to drive the ball, the contact does need to be made, the contact is made out front. Now, it does depend on the pitch location. If the ball is a little bit away, you're going to contact it a little bit deeper. So contact is made out front. But if you swing too much like this and your barrel doesn't turn up, then the only contact you can make is out front. And so that's when, if you can only make contact way out here, then you can't drive the ball typically as well to other parts of the field. Because if the ball is away, the ball needs to be contacted a little bit deeper. And again, if you're always trying to do this, you're going to cut across and you're going to make contact out front a lot. But it's going to be too far out front on certain pitches. And this is kind of the issue I had. The year, if you look at my 2008 stats, the year I really struggled, hit 220 something. My swing really fell apart in AAA. That was the year I actually got called up. When I was doing that, this is kind of what I felt like. I made contact with everything out front, everything. So I continually grounded out. I continually hit balls to the left side and grounded out, and I had a hard time hitting breaking balls because I would smash them into the ground. And then I would pop up to second base. And there was nothing behind my ball to right field or to even the center field sometimes. And then, on my good years when my swing was working well and I was turning the barrel deeper in the zone and getting behind the ball, then all of a sudden, I thought the same thing, but all of a sudden I could drive the ball to right center field, and I wasn't just continually smashing balls down into the ground to the third baseman. So let me know what you think of his swing. Again, I'm super impressed with. I don't even know how he did it. I mean, he is one of the greatest athletes of all time, and so, but still, baseball is such an acquired skill, right? You have to practice it a lot. It's really not something you can just kind of pick up after not doing it for a long time, especially if you hadn't done it since high school. Um, and so his ability to just play basketball those years, be the best basketball player in the world, and then just be like, yeah, I'm going to go play baseball, go to Double A and hit over 200, and then go to the Fall League, Arizona Fall League, and hit 250 something. That is incredible. So I would have loved to have seen. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't have because I want to watch him play basketball. But it would have been interesting to see him get a little bit more time and continue to play baseball. And baseball went on strike, and then he jumped back to basketball. That would have been really an interesting thing to see if he could continue to work on his swing and develop it, and eventually get to the big leagues. That would have been pretty cool. Anyways, again, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later.